Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Recettear. And okay, frame rate's still good. Alright. And it's time. It's time to find out who the final boss is, and, well, we kinda know who the final boss is, but what he's gonna be using is a different question. Anyway, get some drugs. Anything else we really need? We need some food, but nah, we don't really need it. In fact, this boss fight you can probably go without items if you're good enough. But gear-wise I'm kind of behind because I haven't really been farming or anything like that, so... Anyway, level 57. Let's get her all geared up. Necklace and shell trunk. We'll take some... We don't really need these, but we'll take them anyway. Well, how much SP do you have now? Oh, you actually have enough. We'll take that, and that. That should be good enough. Alright, let's depart. Final 5 floors. I'll show all 5 floors simply because... just to show you guys how strong the enemies get. So I'm gonna finish this loading anytime soon. There we go. Symbol's now half as effective. Okay. Alright, let's go. There's some pallet swaps. Nothing too serious. They're just stronger. These bombs have a 3-second timer instead of a 5. These guys are mages. Flame charge is great for like speedrunning, because you can just dash through everything. I mean, it's not perfect though. Next floor. Movement speed increase. These red eyebots are generally a lot more painful. You can see I'm taking double-digit damage from pretty much everything. Kinda wish this... Oh, thanks for bringing me right back here. Kinda want this ice trap thing, like, in sometime. No event. That sucked. Green Knights have the most HP out of all the Knights, except maybe the red ones. As you see, I'm taking a lot of punishment here. Gosh, move so fast. Not to die. brought more. Get out of that. Probably didn't see it, but on the map, a bunch of red dots just appeared around me. And it's just more of those tentacle things rushing me. Yellows are just 5-second timers or something special to them. I don't know about the level, but I'm still not finding the stairs. You can't really outrun it, you have to strafe to avoid their beams. But I just take the hit. Like I said, I'm about the level, so... Kinda trying to save it for the next floor, though. Enemy attack power doubled. That's not fun. Oh, metal slime. Stairs. Oh, come on, level me, please. Thank you. Okay, we need 100 thrust. We should be good to go. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I came here to see Recettear. So why did I end up running away from her? Interesting. Now, why is the dear young mistress of Big Bash in such a strange and dangerous place like this, I wonder? What the... who are you? Forgive me for not being able to introduce myself in person. It is still a pleasure to meet you, Alouette. I am Aval, president of Term Finance. Term Finance? You're the one who bought out Big Bash. Your father is such a wonderful, honest man. So honest with himself, in fact, that he realized he could not defy me once I had bought his company out from under him. He even provided me with some fascinating information. What are you talking about? What kind of... nothing a child need concern herself with. Oh, don't get so far ahead of me, your mistressness. Wait, who are you talking to? My goodness, so you have a fairy as well. And just who the hell are you? How perfectly serendipitous. Even one extra fairy will advance my plan significantly. Extra fairy? What do you... Holy crap! So many power crystals and they are so massive. I wonder if someone could use these to get more powerful. You are once again speaking utter foolishness, dangerous foolishness. No living creature could use such crystals safely. What'd you just do? I demand that you release Prime immediately. Now. You seem to be laboring under the misconception that you are in a position to demand anything. Were I you, I'd think before speaking. You really are quite different compared to your milk-toast father? Sorry if I can't pronounce that. I wonder if you take after your mother. What are you talking about? I don't remember, Mama. Wait a minute, don't change the subject on me. Release Prime. Hell's bells, what a perfect little pest. Shoot before I... the rest of the audience has arrived. Of all, let armor go and leave us alone. Hold on. Alouette, but what are you doing here? Recette, run away. Huh? What do you mean? Will you kindly refrain from unnecessary intrusion into my business? Just this once, girl. Now, welcome to the Lapis Corps, Mademoiselle Lemongrass and Tyr. Sir, a power crystal like this is not something that can be used safely. I wonder, tell me, what do you know of power crystals? They come out of monsters when you beat them up, and they make adventurers stronger. I suppose that would be the limit of proletarian knowledge of the subject. In truth, these are nothing less than crystallized life itself. The essence left in the trail of fairies encourages their growth, and so to rapidly enhance the growth of one... No, Recette, run! Darn it! Alouette, what are you... No, who's gonna keep track of all my outstanding orders? Tyr! You absorb a fairy into the crystal, using the fairy's own soul to fuel its power. Tyr! I've spent decades learning how to best utilize fairies. Ironic that for all their attempts to integrate into our society, they are most useful in this state of pseudo-death, no? You! First that fairy Prime, and now dear little Tyr, useful at last. With two fairies behind this crystal, it should become a fountain of raw power I can use. Yes, with the souls of those two fairies powering the crystal, I should be able to do anything I desire, even this. And there's the last boss. By sealing the life force of two fairies in this gem, and thus merging the golem with the empowered gem, I can create anything I desire, even this. And now then, I believe I previously asked you to depart. The Geddon device, speaker of the worlds of the end. Alright, so this boss has 3 parts. The main part will shoot rings, and can launch rockets in fact. And the hands can shoot lasers, and I think I'm being screwed, because I can't hit the hand for some reason. Come on, move away. Also, as you do damage, it will fly. The boss will fly away and remove a platform. Yes, you can fall off these platforms. It will make you respawn and do a little bit of damage to you. Yeah, I can't hit the thing. That is lame. In most cases, you should be able to hit the hands, but apparently they made them a little higher, so I can't break them. The hands can be destroyed, assuming you can hit them, which I apparently can't now. They have a chance of dropping stuff, but it's pretty random and it's pretty rare, and it's nothing usually that useful. So I guess I'm gonna have to focus entirely on the boss and just take the laser hits. That's really annoying. Because if you take out the hands, the boss is just easier. Also, he can fly up in the air and shoot lightning bolts like that. Don't get hit by those lightning bolts. They are probably the most damaging attack he has. Okay. That's another platform down. The platforms are completely predictable, like in the order that they fall. So you don't really need to worry about being caught off guard. And it takes so long for it to fall that you have time to move. And falling really doesn't do that much to you. Oh, it doesn't even hurt you, it just makes you respawn. boss has 2 rare drops, but I'll talk about that later. The berry is fading. Well, of course it's disappearing. Prime and Tyr were powering it. I hardly think we're safe, though. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna go save Tyr. So darn reckless and stubborn. I like that side of you, you know. Come on, let's call to them. They'll hear us. I know it. Naturally, Prime and I have been together forever. Sorry, getting tongue-tied, everyone. And I don't intend for that to stop now. Prime, Tyr! Oh, okay, it's I'm. Prime! Prime, answer me! Buh? Yeah, I hear ya, Mistress. Well, let's see, I was absorbed into that gem by the old dual-control golem, and then... Prime, answer me, please! Yeah, that's right. The Mistress... No, Alouette is calling for me. Gotta bust out of this joint somehow. I doubt I can pull it off alone, though. Hey! Got sucked in too, I guess. Well, I won't complain if it means... Oi, bookworm, up and at him. Ugh. You hear it too, don't you? Someone's calling for you. Can't you hear the voice of the one who cares about you? Tyr! Tyr! Recette? Come on, bookworm, you with us yet? I am. Yes, I am. Oi, popsicle stand blowing. Let's, do this. I agree, let us not keep them waiting. Prime! Tyr! Whoa, Alouette. You seem to have escaped successfully. Tyr, Recette, thank you. Your voice reached me even inside the crystal. Tyr! You weren't too worried, I hope, Mistress. Absolutely not. I was certain you'd come back. And I was most certainly not sobbing hysterically like Recette here. What do you mean? It's the truth. But Alouette, you were like... And that's quite enough out of the plebeians. Or plebeians. Arma! You seem like you're back to normal. Are you okay? The strain of combat momentarily reset this unit's external connections. Autonomous control has been restored. Yep, same Arma as always. This unit will now seal the Lapis core so that no further intrusion will no longer be possible. Unless, of course, you just go on an adventure and fight it anyway. Seal the weight? What do you... That would mean... Do not worry, this will simply block all external connections. The processes which create the dungeon shall remain active. No harm will come to Pincie's economy or adventurers. That is not what I am concerned about. If you seal this area completely, then you would have to... Wait, what? No way, you can't. Arma, come home with us, please. You are a kind human being, Recette, almost too kind. Huh? Your kindness has created a bond between us, and this unit can no longer arbitrate the dungeons fairly if you enter one. This unit is therefore severing control links to the matter rearrangement system. This unit will no longer arbitrate. This unit hesitated to take this step previously, but no longer. This unit, now has a place in the world as the individual Arma. So that means I shall lose the vast majority of my dungeon control abilities, but I am comfortable with this arrangement. I want to live normally. I think I enjoy shopping. Arma. Right, let's go home then. Let's go back to Recettear. There you go. The whole thing about the crystal thing probably came out of nowhere, but it's more... If you've played the previous game, Chantalise, it's all about the crystals and how fairy dust can affect the power of the crystals and stuff like that. And crystals were used as... in this game it's used as experience. In the first... In Duo Princess, crystals was used for points, because it was just more of an action-adventure game. And then Chantalise, crystals were used for magic. Yeah, you pretty much had to rely on crystals a lot just to fight the bosses in that game. Okay, and there you go. Also, the boss fight's very similar in kind of how it's set up, but not entirely. Anywho, let's head back. Phew, we finally made it back. Man, I could sleep for a week, so tired. Rations! Aloe and Prime are back too. Something wrong, Alouette? Well, you see, that is, I wasn't thinking. I must have been an awful pain in the rear or anything. Naturally, I could have solved this entire crisis on my own. I just allowed you to solve it, so don't get a big head over it. I won't then. Very good. Now I have no time to waste here. I have a company to take back, and that starts with a long talk with Father. So I need to get going. I need to be going. And Recette, well, pardon moi, I really must be going. Oh, freaking Murday, and a bunch of other swear words too. Well, despite the endless fountain of nonsense that spews from her mouth, she really is thankful, you know, and so am I. Thanks, guys. Prime, what are you doing? Come over. Come on. We have ground to cover. Yeah, never ends, does it? Well, I'll see you two around the shop, yeah? We will be looking forward to it. Farewell, Prime. Yep, we'll be here, always. Bye-bye. Always indeed. Oh, Arma, thanks for everything. I am the one who owes you a depth of gratitude that cannot truly be repaid, Recette. However, here. Huh? An Adventurers Guild card? When did you... Wait, you didn't, It is not a forgery. I obtained it via legal channels. Yeah, I had no doubt of that at all. No, sir. Really, thank you, Garma. I can't wait to go dungeon diving with you. I look forward to it as well. I now have a large amount of free time, so simply ask whenever you wish. Neat. Well, let's go home too, Tyr. Tyr, what's wrong? I have no home now. I cannot return to Term Finance after what I've done. And once it is known I defied a powerful human, I will be unable to return to the land of fairies either. It seems I am truly alone in the world now. Tyr. Now hang on a minute. Recette? Don't you get it yet? You have a place right here. And don't be all, oh, I did not think of it either. But no buts, and maybe no if or ands either. Come on, Tyr, let's go. Let's go back to the place we call home. And the place where everyone is waiting for us. Let's go back to Recettear. Recette. Yes, let's go home. And so our days of running an item shop continued. And there you go. That's pretty much the second plot line that you go through when you go through free mode. And there you go. So let's go back to Recettear. Assuming it loads. Anyway, let's yep. We have Arma. She starts out at level 1. She's a golem. Her stats... Well, right now her stats, you can see, are kind of lopsided towards defense, simply because she starts out with a rainbow mail and a pirate hat. I'm not sure if she bought those, or if she automatically starts out with them. She also starts out with a punch unit, and her stuff is different. As you can see, she has regular movement. Her attack, it's her regular attack that changes. Every time she equips a different weapon, it changes her attacks entirely. So, as you, in the boss fight against Arma, she used a variety of attacks. Those are all normal attacks she can use, like the Gatling gun and the flamethrower and stuff like that. Her mechanic is ammo, where all of her various weapons use up a certain amount of ammo, which will show itself as a bunch of lines. And once you run out of ammo, you can't attack for a few seconds, and it'll reload. It's a neat mechanic. The only problem I have with it is you can't reload normally. You can only reload by running out of ammo, which is kind of annoying. She has one spell, and it's the Vector Cannon, which you guys didn't get to see in the boss fight. It's, she pretty much pulls out like a giant laser cannon thing, charges up and then blasts everything in front of her. It's pretty awesome. The only problem is it uses up all of her SP, and she can only use it when she has full SP, which is kind of the bad part about Arma. Arma has the most SP out of any of the characters, which is actually a disadvantage for her because of how her special attack works. But that's about it. I'll show her off by saving, exiting, loading game, and I'm gonna go to my save. So yeah, let's see. First of all, the type of weapons there are. Yeah, don't mind the fact I have an insane amount of inventory. I've been playing this game a lot. Anyway, she has... You can get 4 of these items from the guild hall, and then the null parts is an item that the random NPCs will start selling to you once you get them pretty much maxed out on reputation. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go here. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to briefly show what's here. Yeah, there's only 4 parts here. So, I'll go ahead and exit again because I just took out my chance to go into the dungeon. So, come on. Load faster. But yeah, the final thing I'll show off is what Arma could do. Actually, there's one other thing I need to show off. Let's go... I have all the true cards. In order to get Arma's true card, you have to have everyone. You have to have everyone else's true card, and then you'll automatically get Arma's. Other than that, you have to go through the game 8 times or 7 times to get everyone. And that's assuming you don't screw up. So let's go ahead and just go in order. You already know about Louis, but I'll go ahead and read it again anyway. It's the first card you got with a bit of Louis' muffler attached. He'll be with you forever now. Charm. Charm, Lady Thief, Professional Berk for Arrest at Lemongrass is elegantly on the card. Kylo is, although a little too ostentatious, this card still reflects the deep trust Kylo has in Recette. Teals is, rather than a card, it's a picture of Teal and Recette together, adorable beyond words. Eland's is, although rather sloppily handwritten, Eland's meaning with this card is clear, he's your friend forever. Nagi's is, it seems oddly difficult to keep track of this simple little card, but it always finds its way back to you. Griff's is, does this card smell of brimstone? Well, it's Griff's, a sign of total loyalty regardless, you think. And then there's Arma's. Rather than a card, this is a small stone square with a symbol on it, one that means more than any word could. So there you go. So let's go ahead and go to the Adventurers Guild. We're gonna, yeah, as you can see, my Nagi's level 99. And we're gonna take, yeah, we're gonna take Arma. We're gonna take a bunch of these with us, so we can show them off. You can switch them weapons whenever you're in a dungeon freely. It's just, I don't think there's really anything else I'm gonna worry about. I'll just try not to die. I'm gonna go ahead and depart. And yeah, oh yeah, there's one other thing I forgot to mention. It's the same on the other save. After you get all the characters and beat Lapis Ruins and all that, you unlock Crystal Nightmare. And if you look here, the way Crystal Nightmare works is you have access to all 4 of these right off the bat. Usually you have to, you know, get the checkpoints to get all these entry points, and then you have to beat the entire dungeon in order to get the boss rush. For Crystal Nightmare, you don't follow those rules. For Crystal Nightmare, you start out with all of these. You can start from any point. The way it works, though, is if you choose the a floor starting point, you fight no bosses. You go through the entire dungeon fighting nothing but enemies trying to get to the next stairwell. And there's no checkpoints except every 10th floor. So instead of every 5 floors you can go back, every 10th floor you get the option to either take the stairs or you can take the door and get out and just run away. But if you make it all the way to the very, very end, floor 30 is set up in the same way as the Hall of Trials final floor, where it's nothing but a room with treasure in it. If you start from floor 1 and get the floor 30, you'll have 3 treasure boxes. If you start from 11, you'll have 2, and if you start from 21, you'll have only 1 treasure box. The treasure's completely random, but it's pretty much stuff you can't get anywhere else, in most cases. The boss rush, on the other hand, is you fight all the bosses in the entire game. Every single one of them, including the knight, the the giant knights that are in their gauntlets or whatever. So you fight all the bosses, including character bosses. They're all level 50 or higher as far as their level is concerned, and they have a lot of hit points. They hit harder, but they all have a chance of dropping rare weapons. But the weapons aren't really that good. They're kind of cursed, but they're used for Fusion 5 level 5 fusions, which are the best weapons in armor in the game. So the only way to get the second mat for it is from the boss rush. Everything else you have to get from making the Fusion 4 item, which you can only get from the mats from Crystal Nightmare, Lapis Ruins, and so forth. And there you go. Also, I didn't really mention about the final boss on Lapis Ruins. Has a chance of dropping either a white horn or a black horn. And you kind of need one of each if you want to get the some of the level 5 fusions. But I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and show off boss rush. I'm gonna do boss rush. And 1 second. There we go. Sorry, there's a freaking MSN message just popped up and it wouldn't fade away. Anyway, I'm gonna go through this with Arma, and it shouldn't take too long. As you saw, my time for that was like less than 2 minutes. But I'm going to be doing some weapon swapping just to show them off. Quick items in the back? No. There are events involving Arma, but it's all just fluff events at this point. But I'll let you guys figure those out, or find those. It's not really a big deal. Anyway, let's go ahead and equip. I'm going to start with the punch unit. It's the weakest one. So yeah, you just punch. And it uses 1 line of ammo. Okay, this weapon sucks. It's not something I'm used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip the hammer arm and see how that does. Okay, this weapon's weird. So you can kind of make like a weird halo. Also, you probably noticed that once I ran out of ammo, for a few seconds it eventually just reloads. Oh, this thing's interesting. Oh, okay, you can only have 6 around you at a time. Yeah, the only does 1 damage to me. I'm pretty horrible. Weird little weapon. I don't like using it, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch weapons. Oh yeah, and she's right now equipped with, like, that's her gear right now, if you care. Most of it's stuff I've crafted, or it's top stuff that I just bought. So she has really high defense, but not really great attack, because her stuff is kind of hard to find. You can only get it from drops in the Crystal Nightmare. Anyway, look at the Gatling unit. That's the Gatling unit. Okay, next floor. And you'll just go straight to the next boss. Really weak, but it hits a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and switch weapons. We'll do null parts. This is the weapon I usually use. I used for a very long time. I only recently switched to the drill arm. And it wasn't really by my choice, it was just simply Arma bought the drill arm, so I just went ahead and let her have it. This is null parts. The longer you hold it down, the more it spreads out. I generally like it because it's like the Gatling gun, but stronger, and it can spread a little bit. It can be a little hard to deal with because it always starts from the right. And so if you want to hit something from the left, over in the left, you'll have to hold it down and use up ammo and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and equip the drill arm. This one I haven't used yet, but it's the strongest weapon I have. Okay, crown slimes. Let's go ahead and, well, actually first, let's use this. how much damage that it did, but it apparently one-shotted them. This is the drill. You can't turn or move, but it seems to hit a lot, so I'll see how it works. Come on. Sorry if this video is going a little bit long, I'm kind of just summing everything up. Come on, you can load. There we go. Oh, fighting her. This might be a little bit difficult. You probably noticed that Arma has like 634 SP, and that's really hard to restore back to full, so I usually don't use her spell that often. Yeah, the drill's continuous damage, but it doesn't really work with the boxes that problem. Okay. Just reloading. There we go. Also sucks when you run out of ammo. And there we go. That's what a boss rush is. The only reason you would do a boss rush is for the boss drops, really. That or if you really want to get the fastest time, I guess. So let's just return to town. Alright, and there you go. That's, I showed off the you know, true cards for everyone. Showing off what Arma can do, with the weapon she has. It would have taken a while longer to get all the weapons for Arma, because I didn't have any money on my other save, at least not that much. But, there you go. That's pretty much it. There's a bunch of other events that, are in town and all that, but those aren't really required. They're just mostly for fun. There seems to be a lot of them. I thought I found all of them, but when I recently started playing my own save again, you know, off camera, I found a few more events, like stuff involving how it charms a princess and stuff like that, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, there's always, you know, stuff to do. You can always try to finish the encyclopedia, which is pretty. That's a game in itself, I guess, but I wouldn't do it because it's just way too much trouble. If one of the flaws I have with this, I think one of the flaws with this game is the fact that a lot of the drop rates are pretty much MMO way, where it's just so rare to get the right mats and stuff that doing things like the fusions is just a pain. It's really, really bad. It would have been a lot better if they just made them a lot more common drops and make it so, you know, there's a lot more reasons to go to the dungeons, so you can just keep, you know, farming them and stuff like that, instead of relying on very, very rare drops. Because like even the common stuff, like white fuzz and stuff that you get from the rabbits, is very, very low drop rates, and you need a lot of them for a lot of the fusions. So it's kind of one of my biggest beefs about it, especially with things like the crystals and all that. It's just, I don't like how you had to farm them that way. But it's really not that bad. And other than that, pretty satisfied with it. I guess the only other flaw with it is if you like one of the types of games, like the shopping part of the game, or if you prefer the adventure part of the game, you kind of have to deal with both. Like, the first part of the game is pretty much nothing but shopping, unless you want to fail and get kicked out for not paying your debt off. And then the second game is pretty much just all combat, so there's no reason to really stay in the shop beyond, you know, just getting as much money as possible. The only thing I haven't tried in this game is the survival modes. I don't really care for it. I might try it someday, but I'll only try it once I get like all the good stuff for my other characters. Which probably won't happen anytime soon, because I usually just play this game for a bit, try to get some items, and then I call it quits. But you do get some pretty neat stuff, like the barrier plate and stuff like that, which can be made into bigger armors and fun-like stuff. So far I've only made one fusion item, which is the Ancient Charm. No wait, not the Ancient Charm. The Karmic Necklace. And it's pretty good stats, but good luck trying to get anyone to buy it. It's 170,000 picks. Oh yeah, and I'll go ahead and show you my most expensive item. Actually, I don't think I have it with me. No, I don't have it with me. Once you get your reputation maxed out, they'll start giving you things like the Bassmaster poles, music boxes, old gramophones, and then there's another one. It's like I don't even remember what the it's just something gramophone. It's just another gramophone, but it's 600,000 base price, so it's pretty up there. I don't think anything else is like that. Oh, and then you know the Holy Sword, which is 242,000. Pretty much you have to, if you want to give these weapons to like Louis and stuff, you're gonna have to just take a loss in it. But that's about it. There's not much else to say about this game. It's a lot of fun. This game does what it's supposed to do, and that's really all I can really ask for it. I'm very glad they kind of kept the Japanese voices, because it would have probably been annoying if they were English voices. Because you do hear them speak in Japanese from time to time, especially if you do dungeons, because every time you do a new floor you'll hear them say something. Both Recettear and even the adventurers themselves. But that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I can say about it. I mean, I could try to do my final thoughts on it, but really, I just like this game. I guess you can say it's adorable, but it's very fun dialogue. Combat's pretty good. I mean, you could probably say it's a little grindy, but Diablo 3 came out, and that's literally what you do in Diablo 3, and it's going to be the same for Torchlight 2, and any other game where you're just going through dungeons and killing things. But the whole item shop thing is kind of something I always like doing, because there's not really that many games that do it like this. I've only played one other game that allows you to just sit in front of a counter and sell items. And that was only a small part of the game, and that was Dragon Warrior 4. And that was if you played them, and that was it was separated in chapters in that game, and the third chapter was where you play a merchant, and you can just buy and sell things. But, and then the only other game where I've seen where you sit in front of a counter and sell items was freaking Levi Evil, which, that was just a taiyaki, man. It wasn't too special. So this is like the first game I've seen where you just buy and sell items to adventurers. It's a really neat concept. It's kind of like how Towns is where you're not playing as the adventurer, but you're playing as the villagers in the town, building a town for adventurers to come. It's kind of a backwards way to look at it that's rather unique. So I think I've rambled on enough. I apologize if this video has gone on long, but this is the finale, so there you go. This is it. This is all Recettear you're going to see. So until next time, everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Recettear. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys at the next Let's Play.